Well, welcome everyone to our 10 a.m. Collider coffee break this morning, where we just take a few moments to chat with you about what's been going on at Collider this week. So I will turn it over to Jamie to start us off.
Well, some good news and some not so good news this week. So the first piece is yesterday we were informed that Livability magazine named Rochester the #5 best place to live, which makes me kind of excited because I think Fargo, where I spent a lot of my life going to school, usually ranks above us, and for this time it was actually #8. So good job, Rochester, to do that. And then really the cherry on top was that Collider Coworking was mentioned in the article, talking about how they consider it the best co-working space in town, which we know there's not a ton of co-working spaces, obviously, but I think it really says a lot about what we do, not only in our co-working space, but what we do for entrepreneurs around the area. So super positive news, and thank you, Livability, for that honor. I also want to announce that we were fortunate enough to receive a $9,500 grant from the Rochester Downtown Alliance as part of the Small Business Relief Fund Award. This award was set up by an anonymous donor or donors who gave $1 million to help downtown remain vibrant during these crazy times, and especially when you think about the winter. It's going to be really, really hard on businesses locally. So we were honored to receive that money, and that will help ensure that we can continue not only with Collider Co-working, but also with our ecosystem building efforts, and will go to support the work that we do. So thank you to the RDA and to the anonymous benefactors who helped to do that. And I think with that, I'll send it back to Amanda.
All right. So first off, yesterday I got to participate in the Women's Entrepreneur Forum, which is hosted through the Kabara Institute of Entrepreneurial Studies at St. Mary's. I think there were about 30 women on the call yesterday just talking about business resources and support networks available in the community. So it was a great conversation, and you can check out the recording. Hopefully we'll get some decent audio that I took for a Rochester Rising podcast, and you can find the video as well on the Chamber's YouTube page, as well as at Kabara Institute. So check it out if you are interested in business resources in the community. So the stories on Rochester Rising this week. So we aired episode 195, getting closer and closer to episode 200. But on this past episode, we got together some entrepreneurial ecosystem building friends and talked about what entrepreneurial ecosystems are and how they support entrepreneurs. So you can listen in on really anywhere you listen to podcasts, especially on our YouTube channel. And also yesterday, was our 1-year anniversary of Collider as the nonprofit. And to kind of mark that event, we released our annual report. It ended up being 41 pages. There was no way I could make it any shorter. But we encourage you to take a look, see what we've been up to this year and what Collider's about, and how you can further support our mission to serve entrepreneurs here in Rochester. And with that, I will send it back over to Jamie for final thoughts.
So I promised some good news and some bad news. So unfortunately, this week, we did have one of our co-working members test positive for COVID. I think it says a lot that we were really prepared for this. I kind of knew eventually this would probably be something that happens, but of course, until it happens, you really never believe it. As part of our work with the reopening with the state of Minnesota, we created an emergency preparedness plan. It was very comforting once I was notified on Saturday that this incident had occurred, that I was able to pull that emergency preparedness plan and start walking through these checklists of how to really do the right thing as far as notifying people that were around this person, making sure that the proper steps were taken to notify the city, the county, as well as all of our Collider membership, just to let them know that this incident had happened and to engage in the thorough cleaning with our cleaning partners at Collider Coworking. So it all worked amazingly well for such a bad thing that happens, and we do wish that coworking member well. As a result, both Amanda and myself are now quarantined. That's why you don't see a big fancy mic in front of me right now, and the usual brick background of Collider Coworking, because I am here at home. We have about another week of quarantine. I think we can safely say that neither Amanda and I have any symptoms as of yet. So that's great, and we don't see a lot of symptoms, or we don't see any symptoms in anyone else at this point, which is, again, knock on wood, like a very, very positive thing, and hopefully shows that our protocols, which we thought very heavily through at the beginning of this year, are actually working. So thank you to everybody who's jumped in to help and offer support during this time. Collider Coworking is open, but we have made the decision at this point to at least lock our doors for the time being to outside guests. We want to make sure that our coworkers, the people who are paying every month to be a part of Collider Coworking, are as safe as they can be. And we will revisit reopening our doors at a later point, but especially now, because I'm not there to be able to watch the space, we need to keep the doors closed. So again, it was not a great thing that happened, but I'm very, very proud and happy that so far everything has worked well and according to plan. And we've learned a lot from the process as well, so we can reincorporate that into our plan. But so far, so good. And we're happy that Collider Coworking is once again open. So with that, I'll send it back to Amanda.
All right, thanks, Jamie. Just a reminder, the best way you can support us is to like this video, make sure you're subscribed, that you're wherever you're listening in, make sure that you're getting notified when we post videos. If you're listening on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, make sure you're subscribed on that platform. That's really the easiest way you can help us and support Collider right now. So thanks so much for tuning in today. We encourage you to check back in with us next Friday at 10 a.m. You can watch us live, or you can tune in after that's been posted. So enjoy your weekend, everyone.